So with the introduction of Fiends into the Chainsaw Man anime, I noticed that there were a lot of people that were pretty confused as to what a fiend is exactly and wonder if Denji himself is a fiend. Well, in today's video, what I wanted to do is give you guys a breakdown of what exactly fiends are in the Chainsaw Man world and explain the very sharp distinction between fiends and what Denji is. Hopefully by the end of this video, you guys can have a much better understanding of what fiends are and their relations to devils and humans in the Chainsaw Man world. And also, this video will be spoiler free, so don't worry about getting spoiled. As you enjoy this video, I'll make sure to keep things anime only throughout the entirety of this video. But really quick, if you guys have been loving Chainsaw Man so far, then definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on because I post Chainsaw Man content multiple times a week. So in joining the channel, you will have a consistent injection of Chainsaw Man content on your YouTube feed each and every week. But alright, let's get into explaining exactly what fiends are. So to this point, we've really only seen two fiends pop up in the anime. The first being the unnamed fiend that Denji had decapitated in his first mission with Aki, and also of course Power, who is also the Blood Fiend. Well, Aki actually gives a pretty good explanation as to what a fiend is in episode 2 of the anime, where he explains that a fiend is a devil who has taken over a human corpse. He also points out that it's pretty easy to identify a fiend because normally a fiend presents features on its head that represent the devil that it is possessed by. So that first fiend that we see in that mission with Denji and Aki, although we don't have a clear indication as to what devil took over that body, we can kind of assume that it's some sort of insect or maybe like a praying mantis fiend because we see those pincers on his head. And also, although it's not very clear that Power is the Blood Fiend because of the horns on her head, she is very easily identifiable as a fiend because of them. Now, I think it's pretty important to kind of break down exactly why it is that a devil would take over a corpse, because it's said that when a devil is near death, if they're not able to get to any blood in order to replenish them and regenerate, their last resort is to take over a human corpse to prevent them from fully dying on Earth. And this is the big distinction between a fiend and exactly what Denji is, because contrary to popular belief, Denji was actually not completely dead when Pochita took over his body. I know he was chopped up into a bunch of pieces, but I guess we can assume that his brain was still functioning at the moment that he joined with Denji. Because of course, as I just mentioned, to be qualified as a fiend, you also have to have been a dead human corpse prior to that devil taking over your body. On top of that, fiends take the consciousness of the devil that has possessed them, so they no longer retain their own human consciousness from their life before they were possessed, and they take on the personality of the devil that possesses them. That's why Power is so violent and hates humans so much, because she is reflecting the personality of the blood devil that took over that dead corpse that now makes up Power. Another interesting detail about fiends is that a fiend is able to utilize the abilities and powers of the devil that it came from, but to a much lesser extent. So to use Power as a good example, we see that in the episodes that she appears in, she's able to use her own blood in order to make weapons, such as, swords, mallets, anything like that. Whereas the blood devil might be able to use other humans' blood in order to make weapons. It might also be able to use a much larger portion of blood at a given time to make much more powerful weapons. A fiend's abilities and powers are pretty much a watered down version of what that devil would be capable of. Also, it's worth noting that fiends are also able to regenerate by consuming blood, much like Denji can and much like other devils can. Along with that, the consumption of blood is also able to make that fiend stronger. So if they consume more blood than they really need, their power increases, and if they receive blood from, let's say, a different devil, a much more powerful devil, then their powers can increase even further. So to give you guys a very quick recap of everything, a fiend is the result of a devil taking over a human corpse, therefore creating a new being, and also that new being is able to utilize the powers and abilities that that devil had to a much lesser extent. They also retain the personality and the will of the devil that has possessed them, and can also regenerate by consuming blood and increase their abilities by consuming more blood. There is a little bit more about fiends to know, but to get to that, I would be going into spoilers here, so this is where we're going to end things. But I hope at least you guys learned something from this video and you have a much better understanding about what fiends exactly are and how they are different from Denji. Let me know in the comments below if you guys think I missed anything or if you have any more questions regarding fiends. I'm very curious to hear your guys' thoughts. But that does it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and please subscribe, because I still am a pretty fresh channel, so any amount of support is very much appreciated. So until next video, guys, have a wonderful day and I'll see you in the next one.